Okay, let's talk about some of those super frustrating grammar rules. The ones that seem to trip up everybody. But we're not going to just memorize a bunch of boring rules. Nope. We're going to demystify them with 3 simple hacks you'll wish you learned way back in school. Does this feel familiar? If you've ever felt like grammar was just this impossible thing to climb, you are so not alone. For a lot of us, it was taught as this random list of rules that felt, designed to make us fail. It's just this huge, intimidating challenge. But what if we just flip the script? Instead of a chore, let's think of grammar as a set of really cool hacks for communicating smarter and clearer. We're going to turn that big, scary mountain into a fun little puzzle, and I'm going to give you all the cheat codes to solve it. All right, first up, the apostrophe code. It's this tiny little mark on the keyboard that causes major headaches, but we're about to crack it once and for all. Okay, so here it is. This is the classic mix-up. Over on the left, the apostrophe's doing its job correctly, showing possession. The books belong to the students. But the one on the right, oh boy, we see that everywhere. That's using an apostrophe just to make a word plural, and you just don't do that. Remember, if you just have more than one apple, you almost never ever need an apostrophe. So look, it really just boils down to this. An apostrophe has only 2 jobs. Seriously, that's it. Job number 1, showing possession. Something belongs to someone, right? The dog's bone. Job number 2, making a contraction. It's a stand-in for missing letters when we mash 2 words together, like turning it is into it's. 2 jobs. That's all you gotta remember. And here it is, the ultimate trick for those pairs that drive everyone crazy, like it's versus it's or your versus your. It's the replace and check hack. Just try to expand the word back into 2. Can you say it is? Then, congratulations, you need an apostrophe. It's. If you can't, like in the dog wagged its tail, you can't say it is tail, right? So you use it's with no apostrophe to show ownership. See? Simple. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Now let's tackle our next challenge. And this is a pair of words that I'm telling you confuses even professional writers. I'm talking about affect versus effect. They're super related, but there's a really simple mental trick that makes them easy to keep straight. So here's the core difference. Just think of affect with an A for action. It's a verb, it's the thing that's doing something. Then you have effect with an E, and you can think of that as the end result. It's a noun, it's the outcome. So the gloomy weather affects your mood. The effect is that you decide to stay inside and watch a movie. And you want to know the best part? Well, yeah, okay, there are some super rare exceptions out there for you grammar nerds. For 99% of your writing, this simple rule, effect is the action, effect is the result, is gonna be right. You can totally use this as your go-to rule with confidence. And if you're ever just staring at your screen, totally stuck, here is your foolproof substitution hack. Just try swapping the word out. If the word influence fits in the sentence, the word you want is effect. If the word result makes more sense, you need effect. So, for instance, the rain will influence our plans means you should use effect. And the result was amazing means you'd use effect. Easy peasy. Okay, deep breaths, everyone. It's time for the final challenge. We've reached the boss level of common grammar mistakes. Lay versus lie. This one is notoriously tricky, mostly because their meanings are so darn similar. And don't even get me started on their past tenses. But don't worry, there's a hack for this one too. The whole hack here comes down to one simple question. Is there a direct object? Are you putting something down? If the answer is yes, you use lay, like I will lay the book on the table. The book is your object. But if you're just reclining yourself and there's no object involved, you use lie. I am going to lie down. See? No object? Now this is where things get really messy for most people. The past tense. It's a total twist, but just looking at it in a table like this really helps untangle the knot. Check it out. The past tense of lie is actually lay. So you'd say, yesterday I laid down for a nap. But the past tense of lay is laid, as in, yesterday I laid the book down. Seeing them side by side like this makes it all make sense. So, what's the big deal? What does mastering these things actually get you? Well, it's a lot more than just good grammar. It actually gives you a kind of superpower, the power to communicate with total clarity and confidence. So here it is, your brand new grammar toolkit, all summed up. For apostrophes, use the replace and check hack. For affect versus effect, just substitute influence or result. And for the dreaded lay versus lie, just ask yourself, do I need an object? 3 simple questions that solve 3 massive grammar headaches. So it turns out that grammar isn't some big insurmountable mountain after all, huh? Once you have the right tools, it just becomes the next fun puzzle to solve. You're now totally equipped to write with way more confidence and clarity. So really, the only question left is, what grammar puzzle should we take on next?